why hiring a doula for your pregnancy and birth is so important. This is if you are someone who wants a low or no intervention birth and wants to have a vaginal birth. Having a doula dramatically decreases your chance of having a cesarean, an emergency cesarean primarily. Something I really wanted to have for my first birth because I know the impact that your first birth can have on subsequent births, and I know it can make it harder for you to have the birth that you want a second time around if something that you didn't want to happen happens the first time around. Even if you have a doula, emergencies can still happen, unfavourable things can still happen, but by giving yourself this opportunity to educate yourself, to have them in your corner advocating for you, it definitely stacks the cards in your favour to have your desired outcome. So yes, while emergencies can still happen no matter what you choose, or no matter how amazing your pregnancy education and everything is, emergencies can still happen. But by having a doula and having all that education in the lead up to your birth, it dramatically decreases your risk of, not your risk, your chance of something going wrong within the cascade of interventions. If you don't know what the cascade of interventions is, it's a intervention that happens at the beginning. It could be breaking your waters, it could be like a cervical check, which is considered an intervention, which mainly breaking waters, induction, which can lead to bigger things happening like distressed babies, emergency C-section. So I laboured at home for quite a long time. I had my doula there. I let her know when I went into labour. She was there with me. She has been to hundreds of births before. She's very experienced, so she knew when it was the right time for me to go to the hospital. If I didn't have her there, I probably would have went far too early, and then being in the hospital, being pushed by the midwives and the doctors to progress faster than my body wanted to. Because you have to remember that hospitals are a business, they make money, and they have other patients they need to free up beds for, like they're running on the clock. So they're not just going to let you sit there and labour naturally for as long as you need. They're going to want to speed up the process, and they're going to tell you you're not progressing, so we're going to induce you. And that doesn't happen if you stay at home as long as you need to. I got to the hospital about 3 hours before my daughter was born, so it was like the perfect amount of time for everything to happen the way it needed to. So yeah, out of all the advice I could give as a mum of one and only experienced one birth, get a doula. Hire a doula. You won't regret it. If it's something that you want and something that you're passionate about achieving for your birth, then yeah, I highly recommend. They do cost money, but to me that's invaluable money, and it's a investment worth investing in. Like, don't buy the expensive cot or the pram, invest in a doula. From memory, I think it was around $2,000. They obviously range in price. Some more experienced ones will be more expensive, some less experienced ones will be less expensive. But that was for all throughout my pregnancy, checkups with her. She was on call for my birth, and then postpartum as well. She came for a visit.